Stop scrolling, because the truth that just leaked about Aaron Pierre and Teyana Taylor has thrown the internet into complete chaos. For months, fans believed their story was genuine, a romance born out of heartbreak and healing. But shocking claims are now painting a very different picture. According to these new leaks, it was never about love at all. It was about business. A secret arrangement may have tied them together, convincing many that the entire relationship was staged from the very beginning. The timeline raised eyebrows from the start. Right after Teyana's highly publicized split from Iman Shumpert, Aaron suddenly appeared in her orbit. At first, it looked harmless, paparazzi catching them leaving the same spots, social media picking up on subtle hints. But then came the leaks. Screenshots began circulating online, along with whispers from supposed insiders who claimed the romance was more performance than passion. Fans started asking the uncomfortable question, was Teyana truly in love? Or was she putting on a show to protect herself during the hardest chapter of her life? The leaked messages didn't sound like anything you'd expect from a couple. Instead of sweet words, they looked like business notes, agreements, bullet points, even instructions on how public appearances should be handled. One section allegedly outlined which events they would attend together, how affectionate they should appear, and what narrative to push in the media. To casual fans, it looked less like a love story and more like a PR manual. The backlash was immediate. People flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit with theories. Some said it actually made sense. After all, Teyana was facing enormous pressure from her divorce. Her image was on the line, and she didn't want to be seen as a woman left broken. By linking herself to Aaron, a rising actor making waves in Hollywood, she flipped the story. Instead of the scorned ex, she looked like the woman who had already moved on, glowing and untouchable. Others, however, found the entire thing too polished, too suspicious, too fake. Aaron's side of the story added another layer. He was talented, but not yet a household name. Suddenly, being linked to Teyana pushed him into the spotlight. His photos started popping up on blogs that had never mentioned him before. His name trended more often, his fanbase grew, and his career momentum surged. For someone trying to break into the industry, the timing was undeniably convenient. Many asked the obvious, was this his chance to lock in the attention he needed, using a relationship that might not even be real? Social media detectives went into overdrive. TikTok videos dissected paparazzi photos frame by frame, pointing out how staged some shots looked. Notice how they are always turned toward the cameras, one viral clip said. On Twitter, users posted suspicions, this feels like a contract, not a romance. Meanwhile, Reddit threads piled up with timelines, supposed receipts, and comparisons to other celebrity couples accused of faking relationships for PR. One post even broke down how their body language seemed off, forced hand-holding, stiff smiles, no real chemistry. And when Teyana posted about Aaron, the captions were always vague. No romantic declarations, just mysterious hints to spark conversation without confirming anything. Then came the so-called receipts. Screenshots allegedly showing Aaron messaging a third party about payments, terms, and appearances. Some looked convincing, but others were clearly questionable. A few didn't line up with the timeline, and some seemed clumsy enough to be fakes. But as always, the internet didn't wait for proof. The speculation only grew louder. What made things worse was the silence. Neither Teyana nor Aaron addressed the leaks. No denial, no confirmation, just nothing. And in celebrity culture, silence speaks volumes. Fans argued, if it's not true, why not shut it down immediately? Their refusal to comment made it seem like they were hiding something. The debate soon split into two camps. On one side, skeptics insisted the whole thing was a calculated move. This isn't love, it's strategy, one viral tweet read. She's trying to cover her divorce scandal, and he's chasing fame. On the other side, defenders argued it was unfair. Teyana had every right to move on, and Aaron deserved the chance to live without constant suspicion. They claimed fans were reading too much into coincidences and twisting normal behavior into conspiracy theories. But even the defenders had trouble ignoring the odd timing. Why did their public appearances always line up with major updates in Teyana's divorce? Why did Aaron's name suddenly trend whenever her court battles made headlines? Why did their connection never feel intimate, just polished? For many, it felt like too many coincidences stacked on top of each other. What started as a small gossip thread quickly exploded into something much bigger, a cultural investigation. Fans weren't just questioning Teyana and Aaron anymore. They were asking broader, more uncomfortable questions about Hollywood itself. How much of what we see is authentic? How many relationships are actually marketing strategies disguised as fairy tales? The internet was no longer whispering, it was dissecting. Every smile, every caption, every step outside a restaurant was scrutinized. For some, it was entertaining drama. For others, it was proof of how carefully Hollywood manipulates stories to control public perception. And for Teyana and Aaron, it became a storm that no amount of silence could calm. At the heart of it all was one undeniable truth: once doubt takes root, it rarely fades. No matter how many fans defend them, no matter how many people believe in their bond, the stain of suspicion lingers. Whether their romance was real or not, the perception of fakery has already rewritten their story in the public eye. And that, more than any leaked text or paparazzi shot, is the damage that lasts. Because in today's world, love stories aren't just lived, they are consumed, dissected, and turned into content. And once the internet decides your romance is fake, no amount of kisses or hand-holding can fully convince them otherwise. Reddit threads multiplied overnight, TikTok detectives began digging for clues, and Twitter turned into a battlefield of so-called receipts and insider tips. Some users even compared Teyana and Aaron to other famous showman's couples, pairs accused of dating not out of passion, but out of strategy. In that version of events, romance becomes a tool to grab headlines, redirect scandal, or boost careers. Suddenly, their every move was studied like a TV drama. Each glance, each caption, and every grainy paparazzi shot became evidence in the court of public opinion. For Teyana, the gossip struck a nerve. This wasn't just idle chatter, it felt like an attack on her identity. She has always been known for being raw, unfiltered, and painfully honest both in her art and in her personal life. To be accused of faking her emotions for clout wasn't just unfair, it undermined everything she had built. After surviving a messy, exhausting divorce, being painted as the mastermind of a staged rebound must have felt like another cruel blow. Aaron faced his own struggle. With his career just taking off, he suddenly found himself labeled the fake boyfriend, a man people claimed signed onto a staged relationship like it was a film contract. For a young actor trying to prove his talent, that kind of reputation could leave scars. In Hollywood, perception often matters more than reality. And then the rumors grew wilder. Fans swore they had screenshots of contracts, NDAs, and staged timelines. Maybe they were real. Maybe they were crafted fakes. Either way, the internet blurred the line between fact and fiction. The only certainty: people couldn't look away. Love or strategy, performance or reality, the spectacle had already hooked us all.